Welcome everybody to a new video. My name is Matthew and I go by the artist name of Shane Beats. And today I'm gonna cover the making of my latest release called Winter Dreams. But before getting into the actual breakdown of the song, I'm gonna play it to you to show you how it sounds like. Enjoy! Okay everybody, now let's get into the actual breakdown of the song. I started the production with this contact patch. This is the Lesotho pad from the synth sound bank, and I processed it with a bit of OTT to squeeze the sound a little bit, EQ to take out the frequencies that I didn't need, neutron elements to keep in check the frequencies that would resonate a lot and that would clash a lot with my bass. Then I routed the signal to the bass one, in which I put some reverb, some delay, some parallel compression, some stereo widening, some EQ, and afterwards a little more EQ to keep in check the frequencies and make sure that nothing would clash or resonate. Then I pasted the chords over a soft piano plugin. The chords are a C major, a minor, a E minor, and after an F major. The soft piano plugin I'm talking about is obviously the King Labs Soft Piano. In the plugin I didn't tweak anything at all. I decided to apply an EQ to roll off and take out the frequencies that I didn't need and to boost the one that I liked. Another EQ to take out the resonant frequencies and to take out a bit of the lows, making sure that nothing would clash with the bass. And then apply some compression in which enabled the saturation mode and routed it to the kick channel in order to make the volume of the piano tuck down every time the kick hits. And this is how does it sounds in the whole context of the track. Let's move on now to the most important part of the melodic section, that is to say, the vocals. The vocals to me are so important in terms of production because it sets the atmosphere, the ambience, the mood, and the vibe of the whole track. The vocals are processed with EQ, compression, and reverb. That is automated in order to make the vocal fade out with this nice gentle reverb tail. I put vocals around whole the track and layer them in the most important sections, such as like the chorus, in which I have the majority of the instruments playing at the same time. Let's move on now to the next melodic part, that is to say the bass and the pluck. I designed them both in Vital, and this is how this sounds like. I made the bass by keeping in the oscillators 1 and 2 a bit of voice of unison and a bit of deepen. I took down both the two oscillators one octave, so 12 semitones, and then I went straight to the effects, in which I put some distortion and some filter. Then, for the processing, I added an EQ to take out the frequencies that I didn't need and to boost the one that I needed and I liked the most. I applied some subtractive EQ in which I took down the highs and the low mids that would clash with the other instruments and that would resonate a lot. And I boosted the ones that I needed afterwards. I applied a compressor in which I enabled the sidechain mode that is routed to the kick channel in order to make the bass tuck down every time the kick plays. And eventually I have some neutron elements that controls the resonant frequencies. As soon as the plaque is concerned, I made it in vital as I said before, and it's about basic shapes in the first oscillator and a saw wave in the second one. The oscillator 1 and 2 are routed to the filter 1 and 2. I tracked the envelope to the filter 1 that gave me this pop sound. Then I headed right to the effects, in which I put some EQ to give more body and presence to the sound, flanger and reverb to bring the sound to life. I processed it with a bit of OTT to squeeze the sound a little bit, some neutron elements to enhance the transient of the sound, EQ to roll off the lows that I didn't need, and eventually the neutron elements to keep in check the resonant frequencies. And this is how all the melodic section that we've just covered sounds together. Let's move on now to the guitars, the last melodic section of the song. And this is how this sounds like. Let's break down now the chain that I used to make this guitar sound. Let's start off with this noise gate stock Logic plugin. It has the electric bass gate preset on it with a couple of tweakings on the threshold and the reduction. Stock Logic pedal board that has reach chorus and total channel on it. Room, tape delay, Flux Mini, that is the plugin that I used to give this well sound. With the Flux Mini, sounds like this. Without the Flux Mini, sounds like this. Then I have some EQ to roll off the lows that I didn't need. Subtractive EQ that keeps in check the resonant frequencies of the guitar. Compression. And the last subtractive EQ that takes out the resonant frequencies that got boosted by the compression. Let's talk about now the last element of the production, that is to say, the drums. This is how the pattern sounds like. The sound that I used for the shaker is from Mondo Loop's Lofi Hip Hop Volume 3, the free edition pack. And when it comes to the processing, I did not do anything special. I just used an EQ to shape the sound, another EQ to take out the resonant frequency and to boost a bit of the highs, and eventually a compressor. Let's move on to the snare sound. I processed it with a channel EQ, in which I took down the highs, the high mids, the lows, and I boosted the low mids to give more presence to the sound in the overall mix of the song. Pitch shifter plugin to keep it in key, a bit of compression, and eventually neutron elements to clear the sound a little bit and to take out the muddy and the resonant frequencies. The last element that I'm gonna cover today is the kick. The kick is processed with an EQ that helped me to keep in check the resonant and to take out the extreme low and the high frequencies that I didn't need. A bit of compression to squeeze the sound, and eventually another EQ that helped me to take out the harsh frequencies that got boosted by the compressor before. As far as the mastering is concerned, I have a pretty simple mastering chain. QLE loudness meter to monitor my loudness. EQ to control the frequencies to add and to take out the frequencies that I need and that I don't need. The solid pass compressor, that is a glue compressor. Ozone elements, that helps me to get the right EQing, stereo imaging, and loudness. Neutron elements, the last dynamic EQ that helps me to get rid of the harsh frequencies, and eventually a stock logic limiter. After all the processing that I did and the mastering, the track sounds like this. Guys, the video is now finished. I apologize for the bad mic quality and for the bad English too though. I can only promise that within time I'll get better and better. I truly hope that you liked the video. If so, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Go stream my music through the links that I left down in the description below. And nothing. I'll catch you soon with a new video. See ya!